Another presentation of Beacon's Broadcast Network. Today it is Little East Conference men's soccer. We got the Plymouth State Panthers coming to Boston to take on the UMass Boston Beacons. And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joe Braverman, getting you set just a few minutes before we kick off the second conference game for each of these squads. Let's take a look at each team's season statistics so far. Plymouth State is 4-1-1 with a conference record of 1-0. The Beacons are 4-2-1 with a 1-0 conference record as well. These two teams have started off hot for season statistics. They are very good with scoring. Plymouth State, though, averaging just over 2 goals a game. Defense, though, for the Beacons has been standout so far at just over 1 goals allowed per game. Plymouth State is a high-volume shooting team, 14.5. Beacons only averaging about 9 per game, but they are able to make the stops when they can. Of course, Plymouth State has been on fire. 2 of their 4 wins being shutouts. Beacons have 1. The players to watch for both teams, this one's pretty obvious for UMass Boston. Josh D. Almeida. He's wearing 23 for the Beacons, the junior forward from Revere, Mass. Has been rolling so far. 9 points on the year, 4 of them being goals, and he's in the top 5 in the conference in shots on goal. He also leads the LEC with points. He's tied for first at the top, and he's also tied for first in goals as well. On the other side, though, for Plymouth State, it is Sondre Osheim, the sophomore midfielder from Klepp, Norway. A big international feel for Plymouth State. He's got 7 points on the year, 5 of them assists. That leads the Little East Conference, and he's in the top 3 in total shots on the year. Before we get you started, let's take a look at the previous game that men's soccer had against Eastern Connecticut State. That was their conference opener, just a
It makes it easier to bear. You won't regret it, no. Some girls, they don't forget it. Love is their home, happiness, got to drop, man, 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 squeeze her, don't tease her, never leave her, got to drop, man, 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 squeeze her, don't tease her, never leave her, got to drop, man, 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 squeeze her, don't tease her, never leave her, got to drop, man, 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 squeeze her, don't tease her, never leave her, got to drop, man, 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 squeeze her.
As we get introduced to the starting lineups, let's take a look at the sneak peek at the Beaks this upcoming weekend for UMass Boston. Cross country is at the 54th annual Codfish Bowl meet that is currently taking place as of right now. Women's soccer is also taking on Plymouth State They are at Plymouth State, though, up in New Hampshire. That kickoff will be in about an hour or so at 1 p.m. And also, women's volleyball is at Endicott College. They will get started at 1 p.m. as well. Women's volleyball right after that will also be at Suffolk University at 3 p.m. That'll get started right after they finish their first one. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for your Beacons for men's soccer. Southern Maine is up next. That'll take place on the 28th against Southern Maine. That's 1 p.m., another conference game. Then they have Eastern Nazarene to finish off this short 3-game homestand. That is a week from today on October 1st. They head to Wentworth Institute for a 7 p.m. kickoff on the 4th, followed by a trip to Rhode Island College and to UMass Dartmouth for a couple of games. Let's take a look at some conference competition scores around the LEC. This is the only game going on as of right now. We got a couple of 1 p.m. starts. Western Connecticut State will go against Keene State. Castleton will be at Rhode Island College. Those both kick off at 1 p.m. Eastern Connecticut will head to Southern Maine for a 3 p.m. start. And Berkeley College will head to UMass Dartmouth. That is also a 3 p.m. start. Let's take a look at our lineup so far between the Beacons and Plymouth State. Pechersky, Perez, Cruz, Roganka, Suvak, DePina, Gisholt, Spinola, Albahasi, D'Almeida, and El Ashkar for the Beacons. Meanwhile, for Plymouth State, Cornejo, Higgins, McMahon, Boonstoppel, Salias, Christie, Bryce, Nielsen, Asheim, Abdallah, and Driscoll. We take you now to the national anthem. So the energy is high here at UMass Boston, the home opener for the Beacons here at James Cotter Field. And so far, the fact that they've gone 4-2-1 all on the road and at neutral sites has been very, very impressive. UMass Boston is looking for some big-time redemption. You remember last year they finished second in the conference standings, but they lost in the LEC semis to Western Connecticut State. They had a 13-4-1 record with a conference record of 6-1-1. But Plymouth State, already you could say it's a win on the season, as they've matched both their regular season and conference win totals from a year ago. Last year they were 4-10 overall and 1-7 in the conference. They missed the playoffs, finished 8th in the LEC standings, and so far they have already matched the totals, so you can already tell Plymouth State is ready to even get some more, possibly. They got their eyes locked on the prize, and that is the LEC championship. That'd be a big-time redemption. After finishing 1-7 in the conference a year ago, they're already 1-0. Second conference game on the year. Kickoff about to get underway in just a few moments. Again, this is a Plymouth State team that knows how to score. They are second in the conference goals per game. They've also got the second most assists and assists per game. But they shoot the ball like crazy. They got 14.5 shots per game. And they get 6 shots on goals per game, which are both in the top 3 among conference teams. And meanwhile, for UMass Boston, they're kind of the same, but they have their limited opportunities, they can put it in just the same. 1.38 goals per game, 4th in the conference. But they have the second fewest shots per game at just under 9. And they're only 6th with just over 4.5 shots on goal per game. But it's the shot on goals that count. They are in the top 3 at 37, so they know how to make them count. UMass Boston will get started here right at midfield. They are in the all-whites. Plymouth in the black and green. As it looks like that is Braganka right at center field, and he will get things started. Home opener at James Cotter Field. Both teams at 1-0 in the conference. See Beacons being very cautious here early on. Taking it nice and slow. Now they advance it forward up that right side, looking for Perez. Perez sets it up in the corner, looking for the centering cross. The header is just to the left, and it is cleared out. Good defense there from the Panthers to clear it. Quick start early on. Beacons, though, retain possession. So it's almost like a flip of the switch there. They're playing safe, and then they go from 0 to 60 up that right side. Again, sort of looking on that right side. I'm looking at Perez off your screen. He is wide open. He's got an easy play to streak in, but they're using that left side. Cleared out there by McMahon. And now here come the Panthers with their first chance to run some offense. But that is quickly knocked away. Cruz picks it up. Here's the chance for D'Almeida. He's all alone, and a good play by the goaltender, Nicholas Cornejo. Gets in front of D'Almeida before he can make any moves, slides in and makes the save. Beacons are going to start fast here early on, and that's what they did in their last game back on Monday at Bridgewater State in a non-conference game. They outshot the Bears 9-2, but then were outshot in the second half 15-9. UMass Boston will get the throw here. Spinola will throw it. And it was an exciting game for UMass Boston on the 19th. On Cruz with the game winner. 21 seconds to go in regulation. Suvak gets it up to Albahasi. There goes Perez again. He has it knocked away. Right there was Abdallah. Trying to advance it forward. Again, taken away. That was Driscoll who had the opportunity. Header by McMahon, cleared out for the moment. Taken though by Cruz. Goes back to midfield for Suvak. Now once again on the right side to Perez. Gets it to D'Almeida. D'Almeida being precise. He goes back to Suvak. Goes all the way back to midfield. Albahasi will go retreat it. Beacons being very safe here, trying to go for Perez though, but it's too far out in front. Goal kick opportunity here for Plymouth State. Plymouth State is actually coming off their first loss of the season. Back on Tuesday, they went to Johnson and Wales in Rhode Island and lost 3-0. Only were able to muster 6 shots total in that game. Should say their first loss in regulation on that game. But still sit at a nice 4-1-1 record. Looking to advance it forward, and Beacons take it away. Here's a chance for Braganka. Tries to weave it on through. And now again, conservative pass back to midfield for Albahasi. Goes up to Perez. Perez goes back to Albahasi. Looking for a big pass. Trying to go for, I think he was going for D'Almeida, but good track down Thereby, that was Cruz. Cruz goes for the center. Right there was McMahon to clear it out. Knocked down there by Abdallah. And Abdallah going to try and change the pace. Taking it all by himself, trying to advance it forward. And an easy play there for El Ashkar. Kasem El Ashkar, the junior goaltender from Salem, Mass. Gets the starting net. Has had a good year so far. Leads the LEC in total saves at 45, top 3 in save percentage, and top 6 in goals against average. And that will be a foul going against the Beacons. So it's a free kick opportunity here for UMass Boston. Beacons, they'll get it right back. So it looks like sort of two different strategies here very early on. Yeah, the Beacons were being very precise, and then they flip on a switch. Panthers are just trying to go, go, go. Sort of that constant speed kind of thing. Well, UMass Boston's being a little more patient. Trying to get it up ahead to Cruz. He knocks it down off the chest. Going to D'Almeida. D'Almeida gets free, looking for the centering cross. Now trying to turn is Braganca, but he was too far to try and get any kind of shot off. And what do we have here? Do we have a foul going against... I think this is going to be a foul against Plymouth State, so... Oh, looks like maybe a dead ball there. Officials' interference, we're being told. So we just let it play out. Very rare, you don't see that. Opportunity coming for DePina. But too far out in front, and just letting it roll out there is Bryce. Another goal kick opportunity coming up. Cornejo getting the start. Junior goalie from Durham, New Hampshire. So far, another good year. Second in save percentage in the conference. He is top 3 in saves. And he is only one of 2 goaltenders in the LEC who's got multiple shutouts on the year. So it is hard to get goals in the back of the net past him. Throw in here for UMass Boston. Be a short one knocked down. Now heading towards the middle of the field is Pachurski. Advances it to Suvak. Going to Albahasi. Directing traffic. Trying to go to Perez again, but too far out in front. He was really hugging that out of bounds line. So it looked like maybe a little bit of miscommunication early on. There's the throw by Nilsson. Now out towards the middle of the field. Albahasi knocks it down. Going back to Perez. See the Panthers changing it up. More so Walter Driscoll. Trying to get in the lane of the passes. Not allowing UMass Boston to be very conservative on those passes. Kind of thinking. Centering pass. Intercepted, though, by Boonstoppel. Right up the left side, but curves out of bounds. We'll see who gets the throw. Albahasi. It's Perez right in front of us, I should say. Gets the throw. There's Boonstoppel again trying to get in there. Panthers with a quick takeaway. McMahon goes back. Up to the right side. Oh, good play on the defense. Intercepted. Chance for Braganca. Trying to turn and go. Centering cross, but good deflection. Nice defensive play. That was Nolan McMahon. Sondre Osheim, I think, was in there as well on the defense. Got the easy deflection and basically like a pop fly there for Cornejo. And Cornejo with the boot. Right to midfield, off the head of Cruz. Control here for DePina. Again, conservative passes going end to end. UMass Boston using that right side quite a lot here early on. Now trying to turn and go with Spinola. Now opportunity for DePina, trying to weave through. Quickly knocked out though by Christie. Now trying to clear it forward. Driscoll's there. Oh, dangerous play. Tried to head it. Was Gizzle. But Driscoll was right behind him. He got a little too much top of the head there. It would have been an easy play. He could have just turned and scored. There's Perez. And deflected. Out of bounds. Saw he was going for D. Almeida. Streaking in was Nilsson from the back. Out of bounds again. Another throw. I think Nilsson's going to come on in and make that throw. Trying to see where Nilsson is going. He's looking all directions. He's going to get the running start. Knocked in, and D. Almeida comes in for a quick interception, but that will go out right in front of us. Almost fell right into our laps. Now up the right side, out again. Beacons, though, keep the possession, though. Cruz is going to throw it. And look at that. Good play on the defense, hugging the corner as Braganca tried to get out of there, but it's going to be a corner kick as Braganca had two defenders working on him. He had one taking away the passing lane, one playing one-on-one. The further he got into the corner, they got the double team, but a good play by Braganca to just kick it right off of one of those defenders. We'll see who's taking the corner here. It's going to be Gizzle. Gizzle comes in, goes for the deep crosser. Not sure if anyone got a hand in there. D. Almeida turns it. Oh, nearly going in. I think Perez was there, but a good play on the defense nonetheless. Here goes Nielsen trying to take control. You can see the Beacon strategy here on defense. They're not as conservative as Plymouth State was, as they were right in the passing lanes, and you saw Abdallah try to control it. He knocked the header down, but it was too far to the left. You can see Panthers changing it up too. They're playing the same way. They're not given as much space defensively for those conservative passes we saw early on. 32.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Still scoreless. The UMass Boston men's soccer home opener. This is the first of a short 3-game homestand. Not too much traveling here for UMass Boston. Going to try and make the most of it. Now trying to head to the middle, turning and going was Osheim. And it will go the Panthers' way, as jostling for position was DePina and Bryce. Bryce will throw it. Was knocked off of Driscoll. Good header, though. And the Beacons take it right back. Now trying to advance it forward. Now going for the centering pass. D. Almeida tries to knock it down, and a good save. I think D. Almeida was looking for maybe an offsides or a foul kind of call. He tried to knock it down, but it just went too far out in front, and it was an easy play there for Nielsen. Basically kind of like a box out, and made it easy for his keeper, Cornejo, to dive in and cover it. Kick is away. That will go out. Quick throw, though. Bryce will come back in on it. You can hear it is pretty gusty here today. Not as gusty as yesterday, a little bit warmer. Sun is out. Not a cloud in the sky as of right now. But again, it's definitely feeling like fall. Very breezy, not as hot. And that'll be a free kick. And that'll be quickly taken by the Beacons. Alba Hasty trying to thread the needle, but intercepted. Higgins, I should say, is going back to Cornejo. That's curving all the way to Nilsson. Poked out, but intercepted. You saw Christie was trying to go for it, but Pachurski was in the right place. And again, Beacons go down, no whistle. Opportunity here coming up. One-on-one, here's the shot, but it's wide to the right. Good play. Adam Stelgis was right there. He had the step. It looked like he tried to go for that bottom right, but just too much curve on it, and you kind of saw after he was a little frustrated. Four to 1. Shot advantage right now for the Beacons. 3 of those shots have been on goal. So UMass Boston are making their shots count so far. That last opportunity was the first shot that the Panthers have had so far in this game. We were just under 30 minutes. Cornejo is waiting for his team to be ready. Now he's set. Low line driver. Tapina knocks it down. That will be deflected out. Throw-in opportunity. No subs yet so far as we're hitting the halfway point. Braganca tries to turn and stop, stays with it. That's deflected out. Is that another corner opportunity? It is. Again, Braganca is very smart when he gets trapped in those positions.
Corner kick taken by the Beacons.
And they'll go back to Gishalt on the floor. But again, Braganca, he gets stuck in those opportunities, but he knows how to make it work. Low liner. And it'll be another corner kick, as I think McMahon was just right in there and he intercepted it. So that was kind of a low line drive. We'll see if there's a little bit more lift on it. He does. It's curving. Oh, and he looked for D'Almeida. Little over his head, though. Panthers catch another break. Again, you got two well-experienced teams here going at it. Head coach for the Panthers, Rob Wright, has already turned this club around in a hurry in his 21st season. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jake Beverlin is in his 9th season as head coach. Both coaches got to be happy with how their teams have played so far on the year. And Cornejo just comes out and settles it down. Opportunity for Boonstapple to get things started. Goes to Osheim. Trying that centering pass. Alba Hasty tries to get it out. Goes to Spinola. And that goes right in front of the Plymouth State bench. It's going to be a throw-in. And Stelgis is going to throw it. See, really good communication on these throws here from both sides. It's a deep one. Oh, and a big-time shot. Looked like that was just a chance at it. Kind of like fell into his lap for Walter Driscoll. Yeah, we haven't really heard a lot from the big three for Plymouth State. That's Osheim, Abdallah, and Driscoll They've been limited so far, but they've got 7, 6, and 6 points respectively. They all rank within the top 10 in the Little East Conference in points on the year. Osheim, though, is the conference leader in assists. He's got 5 to go along with his 1 goal so far in the first 6 games of 2022. Beacon's going back to those easy passes. Suvak goes back to Albahasi. Back to Suvak. Again on that right side. Looking to turn and go for Braganca. Turns it towards the middle. Now gets the pass over to DePina, but offsides was the call. Again, this is a UMass Boston team that's got 12 offsides called against them so far. That's the second most. Tied for the second most, I should say, entering today. Have been able to limit the fouls, though, because they have the second most fouls among conference teams at 94. That's a pop-up there by Albahasi. And that goes off of Nilsson. Perez going quick. Headed out, though. Good recovery there by Nilsson. You could hear a little bit from D'Almeida trying to get it in a hurry. And D'Almeida tries to get free. He stays with it, but eventually it's poked out. Panthers trying to take back possession. They can't clear it out, though. Opportunity for Spinola. Back to the middle of the field for Zuvak. Now back to Perez. Perez goes back to the middle of the field for Gisholt. Now turning and going is DePina. Right there is Braganca on that right side. Perez looking for the centering cross, but just too much power. Another goal kick opportunity. But you can see, though, Beacons are crashing the net here so far as we are approaching the halfway mark of this first half. Still scoreless between these two teams. This is also only the second road game, I should say, true road game. And it's going to be a foul against the Panthers. Free kick opportunity. And that gets knocked out. Again, a little bit of miscommunication there for Suvak. He's trying to communicate with D'Almeida. Perez is going to throw it. There's D'Almeida working against Nilsson. Now Perez, give and go. Hugging that out-of-bounds line, and just a big-time boot out of bounds there from Abdallah. That goes... They're playing a little simulation game over on the field right next to us, the baseball team. Good thing there wasn't any... Looks like they were just in the middle of pitches or whatever. Good thing, though, right to the next of us is the bullpen, so we got a bunch of bullpen guys that are able to just head right out. Now an opportunity, but deflected out right in front of us. Stelgis was trying to go. Now he throws it, trying to go quickly ahead to Abdallah. Albahasi now going to D'Almeida. D'Almeida with room to work with, trying to go to Braganca, but too far to the middle and intercepted by Higgins. Higgins waiting to go. And I think he wanted to go to the middle there. I think he was trying to tell Christie. And the shot and a goal by Braganca. Streaking on in, and again, looked like miscommunication. And Nick Braganca, the freshman forward from Beverly, Mass, makes it 1-0. Beautiful play on that right side. And some great communication there. The Beacons striking first. And again, it all started on that out-of-bounds play, some miscommunication. As it was Christie and Nilsson. I think he wanted to go to the middle. Instead, he kicked it out. And that made it an easy play for Braganca. So Braganca picks up his second goal on the season, 5th overall points. And a good start here for UMass Boston.
Scored by number 9, Nick Braganca. Assisted by
And it looks like the Beacons are not done here. Here goes Perez, trying to repeat some magic.
His second of the season in the 21st minute.
Easy play there, though, for El Ashkar. They also give Suvak the assist, we should also mention. And for Christian Suvak, that is his first point on the year, so Suvak gets into the stats category on the 2022 campaign. Now we got a throw-in coming here for UMass Boston. Now trying to turn is DePina. Now looking for a centering pass. Intercepted, though, by McMahon. There'll be another corner kick opportunity. Looks like Gishel will come back in. That would be huge for UMass Boston to get a multiple goal lead before we hit halftime. Gishel's awaiting. It's a low liner. And the header away. I think Bryce got in there. Got the deflection. And now a fight for the ball. Pachurski and Abdallah. But Bryce is able to clear it out. I think the wind might have taken that one, a little bit of a curve, and a foul will go on Albahasi. I think he might have gotten a little high in there, a little bit near the face, with the head of Stelgis. Free kick opportunity here for the Panthers. And they go conservative here to Nilsson. Low liner, oh, and almost a play. Thought it wasn't going to be something for El Ashkar. I think he realized at the last minute he should probably make this save. It was a little close to that right post. Left post from our vantage point. Oh, a good play by Bryce, sliding in there, deflecting it out. Beacons are all over it right now. Chance for DePina. Tries the centering pass, but I think it was out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick. Saw the intention there.
Beacons offsides.
DePina maybe 5'5", but he's got a ton of speed on him, and you saw him try to use it. And Cornejo with a short goal kick on that one, getting it to Higgins. Higgins tried to advance it on the middle, but headed away by Gissel. There goes DePina again. Over to Cruz. Cruz has an opportunity. Oh, and a good save by Cornejo. Looks like it was just too close to maybe try any kind of opportunity. Had to go for a liner there. And that'll be a foul going on the Beacons yet again. Looks like Perez got a push from behind. Second corner kick opportunity within probably the last minute or so. It's a great opportunity here for the Panthers. See how Osheim nails this again. He's a great passer, conference leader in assists. See if he can put in another one. And that one was off the head of Stelgis. I think, again, it was curving to the right a little bit. Tried to keep it in play, but it just headed out. Coming up on 15 and a half minutes. Beacons with the 1-0 lead off the goal from Nick Braganca. And Braganca goes for it again. Tries to stop and go. Changes directions, gets it to Cruz. Cruz with the shot. Oh, and a diving save there by Cornejo. Cornejo has been busy so far in this first half. As a goal kick is coming up. And now our first subs of the game for either team, 15 and a half minutes in. Looks like Dylan Kelly is one of the subs coming in, along with Elijah Elliott. So Cornejo goes short. Trying to get it to Perez. Trying to go to Abdallah. And that one intercepted by Perez.
Elijah Elliott and number 16, Dylan Kelly.
Abdallah again on that left side. Heavy defense by Elliott and Pachersky. But somehow the Panthers are able to get past it. Abdallah feels like he's everywhere on the field right now. Header by Christie. Still just trying to control it. But Perez comes in with the interception. And the throw-in will come in for the Panthers. Stelgis is going to get a big running start here again. So the difference here on our left compared to our right, there's a lot of open field, so it can be a big running start. Looks like he's going to try and maybe go for the throw deep. And he does go deep. I think went off Perez's shoulder blade, low liner, but an easy play there for El Ashkar. That one was a little bit low to the ground. Beacon's trying to get it right back. So far right now, shots are 7-4 in favor of UMass Boston. But again, 6 of those 7 shots for the Beacons have been on goal. So that is the strategy that Jake Beverland has installed here, is that get those high percentage shots. Perez and Albahasi, a little give and go. Now trying to advance it for Elliott. Elliott hugs the out-of-bounds line, stays in play. Quickly knocked out by Nilsson. And cleared and advanced. Nilsson has got a big, strong foot. He's got a lot of clears so far early on. And the Beacons trying to advance it. Albahasi with a deep forward pass, but Bryce, he deflects it. Not sure if that was a clear or that's how the ball worked. And then Cornejo kind of juggled the catch, but he made it nonetheless. Probably looked a little out of sorts, but Panthers were able to settle it down. And Cornejo with a big boot goes past midfield. And Driscoll gets the header down. And he'll go back to the Beacons on the throw. We're approaching 11 and a half minutes to go in this first half. Opportunity for Kelly. And I think that deflection, is that a goal kick or is that offsides? I think it's offside. They're going to call it a goal kick. As it looked like that was McMahon who got the initial clear, but it deflected off of Kelly. And big time clearing kick. And, oh, good play there by Nilsson to keep it in play. Kind of gazed at it. It looked like it was going to land right in our laps again, but Nilsson with a great play to head it in and keep it. I'll go off of Elliott. And you can see Nilsson calming everyone down. He'll take the throw. Trying to hug that side. Abdallah is there. Quick clear for Suvak. And knocked down again by Kelly. Going to Elliott. Elliott's going to try and turn and go. And out towards the middle. D'Almeida is there. Can he get the possession? Slides. But it's just to the left. And D'Almeida's been able to break free a few times here in this first half. I think the Panthers just got their first sub of the game. Jacob Santos comes in on the defense. And that's at just under the 10-minute mark. First sub of the game for the Panthers. This one backtrack to Albahasi. Now the give to the middle for Suvak. Suvak goes to Elliott. Elliott turns towards the middle, looking for options. Goes for the shot, and it's just right. Oh, I didn't think Elliott had a chance there, but he turned and fired it with the left foot. It was just wide of the net. So Cornejo, who's had a very busy first half, kicks it away. There comes the throw in. We'll say for the majority of the first half, I would say the Beacons have to be pleased, not just with having that 1-0 lead, but looked like they've controlled a lot of the time of possession. Been able to get a ton of shots off so far. They've got 9 so far. Bryce will get the throw. Bryce is looking. He throws it in. Pechersky is right there. Some good passing here so far. Moving it to the right. Perez cannot save it, though. Throw will come in, though, and it's going to be quickly by Stelgis. He hit that all in one big motion. Ran in, caught, and throw. Trying to get it in. Albahasi, that goes off his foot. Opportunity. But the deflection. Looks like Cruz might have gotten there, and we have a player down for the Panthers. Try to get a number on that one. I think that might be Osheim. So we will step aside for a brief moment. It's 7:23 to go in this first half. Beacons lead it 1-0. Welcome back after
Checking
the injury timeout.
number 13, Lucas Hollingworth.
And UMass Boston does resume play. They kick it out. Again, we're still trying to get confirmation on who the injured Panther was. We'll definitely get it to you once we have that information. But Panthers are now threatening here in the offense. This one knocked down. Abdallah goes for a shot, but it is high and wide. Goal kick opportunity. So El Ashkar will take the goal kick. Has not been as active as his counterpart on the other side. Big booming kick, knocked down by Elliott. And Elliott goes ahead to Kelly. Kelly goes for the centering pass, but it deflects right to Cornejo. Again, shots right now are 9-4. In favor of the Beacons. And we can now confirm Sondre Asheim was the injured Panther. We're currently working on him over at the Plymouth State bench. This one, give it to Elliott, and Elliott goes down. That'll be a foul going against Nelson. A free kick opportunity here. This one now goes to Perez. Perez going for a centering pass. Headed away, though, by Bryce. And Panthers will try and get it back. Coming up on 5 minutes. Throw-in will be right in front of the Beacon bench. Stick around during halftime. We've got a bunch of highlights coming for you. Women's soccer, their 2 matchups earlier at Wheaton and versus Eastern. And women's volleyball also took on Eastern Connecticut. And we've got cross-country invitational highlights also to show you. That'll happen at halftime here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Again, Joe Braverman bringing it to you. 1-0 the score. Nick Braganca has the lone goal of the game for UMass Boston. Almost had a second one there from Lucas Hollingworth. Now, Kasem El Ashkar with the free kick. And that is deep, controlled by Cruz. They saw Boonstoppel take it right away from him. Now trying to advance it forward. An easy play there for Gisholt. He has it deflect off him, though. Panthers will throw. So he's throwing in here for the Panthers. It'll be Stelgis. Stelgis, again, is going to get that running start, so it looks like he's going to go deep. And he does. It's headed in, but Perez clears it out. Again, Beacon's done a great job defensively. As you saw Abdallah try to advance it forward. And that stays in play. He was looking for Higgins. And I think we have a free kick opportunity here. Oh, again, referee interference. see El Ashkar is telling everyone, go back, I'll boot it, and he does. And that one deflects, chasing after it, though, but easy play there for Cornejo. Saw McMahon kind of seal everyone off. Under 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Beacons have controlled the time of possession here pretty much for most of the first half. I'd say about 70%. They've had the control. That header was knocked down by Spinola. But again, Panthers, last I'd say 3 or 4 minutes or so of really taking control here in their own offensive zone. Yet to have a corner kick opportunity, though. UMass Boston's had 4 opportunities. That one's again headed in. El Ashkar is right there, and he will just pick it up. So again, Beacon's playing great defense. One of the top defenses so far. Top 4 in goals against average. See Almeida trying to chase it down. Bryce clears it, and it's deflected off of Almeida. Here comes a throw. McMahon playing safe. Goes back to Cornejo. Now coming up on the final minute here. Short throw by Suvak. And you saw Perez try to go for it. And it'll be a throw by UMass Boston. Short one to Suvak. Now trying to move it around. And it'll go to the Panthers. Again, hugging that right side is, and that just gets thrown out. And it's going to change for UMass Boston.
6, 5, 4,
5 seconds here.
2,
And it looks like nothing more is going to happen, as that will end the first half. But so far, so good if you're on UMass Boston side of things. You got the 1-0 lead off of the goal from Nick Braganca from Christian Suvak. And they currently hold the 1-0 lead. As we will take a break here, we'll show you some highlights, as mentioned, from women's soccer, women's volleyball, and cross country during this halftime. We'll also give you some updates on stats from the first half. But until then, take a look at what happened with women's soccer as they went to Wheaton and hosted Eastern Connecticut State. We'll be back for the second half of play here from James Carter Field in a few moments.
like staring at a burning sun. Got teeth like razor blades, and you know that we're out for blood. We're out for blood. Better run, better run. 'Cause here it comes, here it comes. Better run, better run. When the wolves come out to play. Oh, the hunger's burning like a flame. No use in hiding. Oh, you're never gonna find escape. Don't look us right in the face. It's like staring at a burning sun. Got teeth like razor blades, and you know that we're out for blood. We're out for blood. Better run, better run. 'Cause here it comes, here it comes. Better run, better run. When the wolves come out to play. No mercy, this fury, like a war machine that keeps turning. No mercy, no mercy. No mercy, this fury, like a war machine that keeps turning. No mercy, no mercy.
The champion of the world, Steve Aoki. Laid back Luke. Undefeated, undisputed, reigning, defending champion of the world. It's time.
Welcome back to James Cotter Field. We are a few minutes away from getting the second half underway between UMass Boston and Plymouth State. Let's take a look at your first half stats. As mentioned, a lot of time of possession for UMass Boston. They got 9 shots off, with 6 of them being shots on goal. So they know how to put those high percentage shots in. Plymouth State had a strong end to that first half, taking about the last 5 minutes of possession on their offense. They have 6 shots, 2 of them being shots on goal. Some strong play from both keepers, 5-2. And the fouls are at 3-3. UMass Boston, though, has had 4 corner kick opportunities. So we'll have to see if that number increases for the Panthers. Again, we are just a few minutes away from the second half getting underway. It was Nick Braganca, the freshman forward from Beverly, Mass., picking up the lone goal so far. Got the assist from Christian Suvak, the Winchester, Mass. Senior. But again, it was those last 5 minutes that were very, very crucial, at least in my eyes, for Plymouth State, as they were able to have a lot of offense and a lot of opportunities. Had a couple throwing opportunities, some time in the net, but Kasem El Ashkar, the junior from Salem, has been strong in net for the Beacons. So we will come back to you in just a few moments as the second half between the Panthers and the Beacons will get underway shortly. And back here at James Cotter Field, Plymouth State and UMass Boston about to start the second half in a 1-0 game. Joe Braverman here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. A little breezy, though, as you can hear. Again, it was super breezy yesterday, but it has calmed down a little bit. There's a definite feel of fall in the air. It was the official start of fall a few days ago, as Plymouth State will get started. They'll get the opening kick for the second half. Again, we mentioned it. Majority of the time of possession went to UMass Boston. Was those last 5 minutes, though, as we are underway here for half number 2. Again, we're switching sides, and we'll have to see how the wind is affected. We saw it for a few balls and a few kicks. But it looks like the wind is going with Plymouth State, so they could have the advantage. Now Beacons trying to advance it forward. Good play, though, on the defense. Opportunity possibly for Abdallah. He gets it back to the middle, and it somehow finds Bryce. Intercepted, though. Spinola trying to get things started. He goes back to Paczerski. This is Alba Hasey. We saw a lot early on in that first half. And UMass Boston was using the right side of the field right in front of us. I'll have to see if they continue to use that right side. They kind of shifted a little bit more towards using more of the left. Let's see if they decide to continue with that strategy. Bryce just playing it safe and going back to Cornejo. Chersky trying to clear it out. Plymouth has changed their defensive strategy. They're being a little bit more aggressive. We saw very early on that time possession was thanks to the conservative passes and UMass Boston was able to make. Now they're sort of intercepting those passing lanes. Opportunity possibly for Abdallah. Goes for the shot, but it is wide left. Looks like he maybe needed to settle that one down a little bit as he kind of went up for that one. Maybe you have to sort of knock it down, get a little bit more control on that one. Now here goes Gisselt getting it started. Opportunity here for Elliott. He gives it up to that right side, trying the give and go. Centering pass over the head of Bryce, but it finds DePina trying to turn the corner, and coming in for the save is Cornejo. Didn't give DePina a shot to get any kind of offense going. Again, I think that's going to be a fun matchup. DePina and Bryce right in front of us. You got two speedsters. I have to watch that matchup here for the second half. Abdallah and Elliott were going for that one. Nilsson gets in there. Gisselt takes down the loose ball, and Perez will try and get things started. Cruz going back to Gisselt. Now here is Braganca. Again, he's the lone goal scorer here on either side. And look at him fighting for possession there with Higgins. He turns, goes for the centering pass. But Bryce with a good play on defense to clear it out. And now Abdallah streaking up that left side. He's got three defenders hovering around him. How does he work around it? He centers the pass, and it'll be a goal kick. It's a short one to Gisselt. Now goes to Alba Hasey. Advancing it for DePina. Again, these are those conservative passes that we were seeing. They're not as conservative as initial, but they're still able to settle down. Braganca keeps it in. Braganca somehow still with the possession. Some hounding defense there from Santos. Now Spinola will throw it in. Gets it to Paczerski. Now towards the middle of the field for Suvak. Suvak has the assist on Braganca's goal, which is his first points of the new season. One knocked down. Paczerski gets the loose ball. Bryce trying to intercept it. He rolled over the ball. He went for the slide and he kind of rolled over it. It was able to get up, though, and clear it out. Abdallah fighting for it, and that will get deflected. And this will be the first corner kick opportunity of the afternoon for Plymouth State. Looks like Nilsson's slowly going to make his way over there to kick it. And this is huge for Plymouth State. This is sort of that change of momentum we saw in UMass Boston's last game against Bridgewater State. They outshot them 9-2 in that first half, but then they were outshot 15-9. They did end up winning that game, though, on Luan Cruz's game winner with 21 seconds to go in regulation. So they were able to win, but it's that changeover from first to second half as that goes over the net and out of bounds. Like just a little too much curl on that one. El Ashkar will get the corner. Get the free kick, excuse me. Bryce knocks it down. Spinola trying to track it. And he instead just gets it off to Alba Hasey. Opportunity now for Cruz. Again, Cruz had that game winner. Here's the opportunity for Elliott. Elliott trying to get free. Oh, what a move! Left-footed goal. Beautiful play by Elijah Elliott. Pass was set up perfectly for him. Just made one quick deke. He gets in, he scores, and it's 2-0 Beacons. What a play for Elliott, the sophomore from Hope Tobago, from Trinidad and Tobago. And Elliott gets his first goal of the year, his first points on the year. Came in today with only one shot. But a beautiful play, set up by a beautiful centering pass.
First of the season scored by number 13, Elijah.
And now a little bit of breathing room now for the Beacons.
Number 6, Luan Cruz in the 53rd minute. Elliott from Cruz, his first this season, 53rd minute.
Now, how will the Beacons attack it now? Are they going to play a little bit more conservative, or do they want to add on to that lead? And meanwhile, for Plymouth State, how aggressive do they get? Are they going to try and take away all those passing lanes is the big question. And DePina has that go away from him. Hollingworth just goes back to Cornejo. Centering cross. Alba Hasey, though, is right there. Streaking in, though, was Hollingworth trying to take it away. But now Spinola goes to DePina. There's Braganca on that left side, and Bryce comes in. And Braganca is down as Bryce went for the slide tackle. And we've been seeing Bryce do that all game long. And there's an injury timeout now as Bryce is, or Braganca I should say, is still down. It's a nasty fall. So we will step aside for a moment. Beacons taking a 2-0 lead here. Just under 37 minutes to go in the second half. Welcome back after the injury timeout. Mike Braganca is being helped off the field, holding the back of his head. We won't speculate, though. Josh D'Almeida will come in for him, but what started out as a great day for Nick Braganca, scored the goal, got the 1-0 lead, and then as he was fighting for it, hit the turf hard here at James Cotter Field. We're wishing nothing but the best, but now a free kick opportunity here for the Beacons to try and pad that lead even more. Again, just a few moments ago, Elijah Elliott making it 2-0. As here is Gisholt on the free kick. That deflects, and Panthers clear as Bryce got the initial clear kick. Here's Abahasi. Back to Spinola. Now Gisholt with a little give and go to Spinola. Pass for D'Almeida. He has it poked free. Cruz centering pass. Right there is Elliott, and he almost had his second of the afternoon. Just a little bit too high, a little too much power on that kick. He had a wide open net in front of him. And you could even see maybe try to put a little touch on that one. You know, a gentle kick there, but just couldn't make it happen. Great play, though, nonetheless. All started on the centering pass to D'Almeida. That one is kicked out of play, right in front of the UMass Boston bench. Again, this is the home opener for men's soccer here on the Beacons Broadcast Network, presented by LEC TV. Now Elliott heads back past the midfield. Here's Abahasi again with control. Going to Depina. Depina looked like he was kind of streaking towards that middle of the field. Now an opportunity for Spinola. Centering pass. Good interception, though. Depina has it deflected off of... Oh, I thought it was deflected off of Higgins, but the referee says it's a goal kick. Higgins, I thought, got the initial stop on the slide, and then Depina came in. Might have kind of like bounced around there, maybe off the bottom of the foot of Depina. Hard to see from our angle, but Cornejo does get a goal kick opportunity. And again, the Beacons are taking over here in the second half. Centering pass, possibly for D'Almeida. A little bit of a mistimer there, and McMahon was able to clear it out. And Beacons ended the first half with 9 shots, including 6 of them on goal. They've got 3 already here, and we are a little over 10 minutes gone in the second half. Easy catch there for El Ashkar. Now Abahasi will control. We'll go back to Spinola. You can see now down 2-0. Panthers getting a little bit more aggressive on the D. Saw very early on and through most of that first half was easy passes as McMahon kicks that one out of play. Now Elliott tried to go for D'Almeida, but again McMahon and Bryce intercept. Oh, D'Almeida went for the bicycle kick there. Not sure. That might have gone off the knee, but it's kind of like he had no other choice. That definitely would have made the highlight reel, for sure. Again, D'Almeida, he's leading the conference, or is one of the leaders, with 4 goals on the year. So maybe try to put some flair on for his 5th, possibly. Good passing, hugging the out-of-bounds line right in front of us. Trying the centering pass for Elliott, but Higgins was there, knocking down the header. And Bryce tries to clear it. And now here's Osheim. Good to see Osheim out there. Remember, he left in the first half with an injury. So it's good to see him back out there. And Osheim will throw it in. Rice going for the kick, and oh, it looks like it hit the top of the crossbar. I think, again, that was a little bit of the play in the wind. There wasn't really a big breeze, but there was enough to kind of push it over the net. And El Ashkar did a good job kind of tracking that one. And then eventually he just sort of took his hands away, make sure it didn't go off him for any kind of corner kick. Elliott knocks it down for Cruz. Now it goes to Tapina. Tapina looking to turn and go. And he couldn't get past McMahon. And now Tapina is down. Looks like they're not stopping it though for Tapina. He is up though. It's good to see. And Cornejo is going to get the goal kick opportunity. Another chance for Tapina, though. He heads towards the middle. Going for D'Almeida. Oh, and a good play by Cornejo. He deflects it. And Cruz has to backtrack. Rice on the interception takes it away. Now here comes Pechurski. He takes it. Staying with it, some hounding defense. And it'll be a throw coming up for UMass Boston. Looks like Spinola will come in and take the throw. See how intense the defense is now for the Panthers. They're giving no space at all. Cruz tries to get it in for D'Almeida, but it goes right to Suvak. And now to Perez, advancing it for Elliott. Elliott backtracks to Pechurski. Under 30 minutes now go in the second half, 2-0. The Beacons look like they're not done yet, as Boonstoppel clears that one. Panthers trying to get some offense going. Hollingworth tracks it down. We'll go to Bryce. Bryce looks like a shot. Oh, and the defender was right in front. Osheim goes for it, and a save by El Ashkar. God, taking it back. Looked like that was Cruz who might have intercepted El Ashkar. Could have been an easy save, but it was deflected out, so a little bit of miscommunication, but no harm, no foul. As the Panthers still have a 0 on the scoreboard. Here's Tapina, right side for Elliott. Elliott looking for the pass to Cruz. Can he track it down? He does. Now goes for the centering cross. And Elliott misplayed it. Looked like it was a little further out in front than he anticipated. Now he's trying to turn and go. And that was Higgins, I think, who got the initial deflection. And now a throw-in. And do we have a throw-in possibly, or is there... And they're going to call for an injury timeout, looks like. So they just stopped the clock initially, as it's like it was Elliott who was trying to walk it off, and you heard it from the UMass Boston bench from Jake Beverland. He was looking for a foul there. And refs have let them play for the most part. Fouls so far, only a combined total of 7. And that'll be a foul on Bryce. And Bryce is going to get a yellow card here on that one. It did look like from our vantage point, he gave a little push to DePina. Again, Bryce has been a tough defender all game long. So now here is Spinola with a free kick. That's corner. Oh, and I think D'Almeida was looking for the header there. Went a little bit over. Now Abdallah trying to get something going again. I mentioned briefly the big three for Plymouth State has been limited here. Knocked down by Hollingworth. The big three being Osheim, Abdallah, and Driscoll.
Yellow card assessed to number 14.
Got a
Bryce
combined
of the Plymouth State Panthers.
19 points on the year, including 6 goals. Throw-in opportunity here. And now the header back, and El Ashkar juggled it, but he made the stop. It was Cottrell who had the throw, and El Ashkar did a great job settling it in. Got the initial save. Again, not as active save-wise as his counterpart, Nicholas Cornejo. He has made 3 saves on the afternoon on 3 shots on goal. Total of 10 shots for Plymouth State. D'Almeida working it around. Here's the shot, and Cornejo with a beautiful save. He came out. Came out in front, challenged D'Almeida, and made the diving stop. That is the 7th save on the afternoon for Cornejo.
Speaking corner taken by number 15.
So now another corner kick opportunity, the 5th of the afternoon, first of the second half. Here for Gizold. Again, you see it here. UMass Boston knocking on the door once again, as they've been doing for most of the second half. And D'Almeida, a little too powerful there on the header. He was there with Hollingworth, and he makes the stop. And Panthers get right back to work on the goal kick. Deep advance, looking for Abdallah. That goes past Gizold. Opportunity here for Cottrell. A good play on the defense by Gizold. Deflects out, though, and Perez will get the throw here for UMass Boston. Again, this is the first of a 3-game homestand. Looks like that was a foul on Elliott. Free kick opportunity here for Osheim. Osheim gets a big boot into this one, and it goes past everybody. Goal kick opportunity here for UMass Boston. Again, this is first of a 3-game homestand. There will be, this is only the second conference game on the season for both teams. And this is only the second true road game for Plymouth State. That one will bounce out. Looks like a throw will be coming up for Spinola.
Now into the game for the Beacons, number 16, Dylan Kelly.
So Kelly comes back in. Looks like D'Almeida will shift from left to right. Kelly trying to advance it for Cruz, but Bryce once again with the slide on the deflection. Here goes DePina. One-on-one with Bryce. He tries to turn, and right there is Cornejo. Comes out and covers. Hollingworth trying to advance it, going for Abdallah, but again, I think the wind might have taken that one again. Perez going for D'Almeida. It's quickly knocked out. And a throw for the Panthers. Coming up on the halfway point here in the second half. 2-0 lead. Nick Braganca got the goal in the first half, and then Elijah Elliott picked up another one here in this half. Kelly, touch pass, D'Almeida, trying to chase after it. He's got the step. Can he get the centering pass, though? That was a good play, though, on defense by Higgins. Sort of cut him off from turning the corner. So Cornejo, looked like he changed positions there at the last minute on the free kick. Header there by Christie. Goes Cruz to Kelly. Kelly now to Perez. Trying to give and go, but that curls right near the Plymouth bench. Now to the middle of the field for Christie. Kuchulski with the takeaway. Pena loses it. And, good play by Hollingworth. He had two Beacons players, and yet somehow he came up with the possession. Great play on his part. Here's Albahasi. Now takes the possession back. Paczerski turning to DePina. You can see the passing lanes are being clogged by Plymouth, but somehow the Beacons are finding a way to get those passes off and to get their offense going. Centering pass knocked away. That's Suvak. That'll just roll out. And is going to get the sub in? Not just yet. Here's the throw from Perez. There's DePina taking the possession. They'll give it off to Kelly. Kelly tried the stop and start. Hollingworth to Bryce. Bryce with the clear, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw here from Paczerski. It's just a short one to Albahasi. We'll see if UMass Boston decides to go conservative here. Try not to attack and make the passes like they are. We've seen the first side of it, but they're still going after it. Here's the centering pass by Kelly. Kelly with another opportunity. Trying to go to the middle. Now DePina goes for the shot, and it's a goal! A Nielsen DePina threads the needle. And it's now 3-0 Beacons. Boy, that was a tight window for him to make that shot, and he got it through the window, past Cornejo. And the Beacons are in a great spot past the halfway mark. 19 minutes to go, and they've got a 3-goal advantage. Picking up his second goal of the season. He's now got 5 points on the year. Again, that was a difficult window for him to get through, but he made it happen. Now an opportunity here for Kelly. Kelly chasing after it. He goes for the shot, and he's going to score.
71st minute, the Kelly.
Make it 4-0 now for UMass Boston as Dylan Kelly, off of a long centering pass, has now got it at 4-0. So right as they were announcing Depina's goal, Dylan Kelly gets away from everybody and makes a beautiful shot. So the sophomore from Weymouth, Mass, will be his second of the year. So that's a good sign to see from UMass Boston. It's been mostly Josh D'Almeida, 9 points on the year, 4 goals. There were only 2 players on the roster entering today with multiple goals on the year, and that was D'Almeida with 4 and Ryan Lima with 2. And now Briganka, Elliott, Depina, and Kelly. Everyone aside from Elliott picks up their second goal of the year. Elliott got his first. It's a great day here for UMass Boston, on their way to getting to 2-0 in conference play and handing Plymouth State their second consecutive loss after Plymouth State started 4-0-1. You gotta remember, this is a Plymouth State team that is second in conference play in goals per game, and they have been shut out here today. They've also averaged 14.5 shots per game, and today they have 10. Also fascinating is you got a team in UMass Boston that, again, we mentioned it before, high percentage shots. They don't get a lot of them, but they get a lot of them on goal. Average just under 9 shots a game. And a little over 4.5 shots on goals per game. Today, they've got 18 shots, 11 of them have been on goal. Now a centering pass, an easy play for El Ashkar. So now 16 minutes to go here in the second half. And I don't think the Beacons are done here just yet. They get the throw in. Centering pass, curling away. And this is Skogestig. Niels Skogestig comes in for the first time. Now Alba Hasey Goes back to Gizzle. And I mentioned briefly to start this second half was that in the previous game against Bridgewater State, it was the second half that needed some carryover. When you look at their last game against Bridgewater, were outshot 15-9 in that one. Here in the second half, they've done the outshooting 9-4. It'll be a throw-in coming here for UMass Boston, as it was Bryce who was under there. Here's Pachersky, backs it up to Gizzle. Trying to go, Elliott trying to get it around, he does. I was looking for D'Almeida, but DePina comes in. He's got that whole left side. Now goes to Elliott. Elliott somehow stays with it. Trying to go back to DePina. He knocks it down. Good play by, though, Skagestig. He was right there on DePina. He knocks it away and knocked it off of him. So now he'll get the throw. It's like a quick sub is, though, going to come in, though, for Plymouth State. It's Driscoll.
Checking into the game for Plymouth State, number 11, Jonah Hercules, and number 27, Walter Driscoll.
That one gets knocked down by Cottrell. Opportunity for Spinola. Spinola turning on the Jets on that left side. Now he heads towards the middle, and it's a foul as it got tripped up by Skagestig. Now free kick opportunity. Gisholt will come in for that one. Again, UMass Boston averaging a little under a goal and a half per game. They've got 4 here in the afternoon. Now Gisholt on the free kick opportunity. That's a low liner and a good play to hug the post by Cornejo. I think he ran into the post as well. Another opportunity here, though, for UMass Boston. It's a corner kick. I think they're going to get a quick sub here first, as it looks like Elliott is coming off. He's got the 1 goal here today, the first of the season. And that looks to be Isaiah Stessman. And, trying to get it away. Stessman comes in. DePina's shot saved. Stessman almost came right in and got a goal. Only seconds into entering off of that corner kick. But I think Cornejo got the initial deflection, which was a good play by him. Now here's the shot for Kelly. And it is a goal kick. I think Kelly was trying to argue it got deflected. Yeah, you saw D'Almeida there chasing after Cornejo with the possession. You can see UMass Boston treating this like they're down 4 instead of up 4. So Cornejo back on the goal kick opportunity. As it has been nothing but UMass Boston here today. Skagestig goes to Driscoll. Driscoll looking to advance it. Gets knocked down. Opportunity here for Hercules. Jonah Hercules on the field. He's got the possession, tries for the shot. I think Cruz got a foot in there to deflect it. Now another opportunity, and that goes high and wide by Cottrell. And I think now we're getting a goalie switch here for UMass Boston.
Now in goal for the Beacons, number 1, J.J. Devine.
J.J. Devine comes in for El Ashkar, sophomore from Halifax, Mass. Cruz the opportunity here. Or sorry, that's Perez. Throw-in opportunity here. So El Ashkar is going to finish with 79 minutes of play and only 3 saves. But it was his teammates on the offensive side that really helped him out today. And the team is, for Plymouth I should say, has only had 10 shots on the day. UMass Boston, for the meanwhile, has had 21 of them, and 13 of them being shots on goal. So they're continuing with the high percentage sort of philosophy, and they're getting a lot of them here in the afternoon. Looks like some of the starters are going to start to come off slowly, as Dialmeida's day looks like is done.
Number 10, Jaheim Perez.
Jaheim Perez is coming in to replace him. Now to Pena with a little give and go, but offsides.
Beacons offsides.
So a little bit anxious there for the freshman from East Boston. As we are coming down the home stretch, under 8 minutes to go, 4-0 UMass Boston. They went into the half leading 1-0 and got 3 here in the second half, including 2 within about a minute of each other. Opportunity a little bit past Driscoll. Now Cruz goes back to Perez. Another opportunity here for Perez. Tries the centering pass. Cleared out though by Williams. Rowan Williams was also in for the first time. It's a deep throw looking for Kelly. Kelly trying to track it down, but too far out in front for him to try and track it down. It'll be a throw, or a goal kick, excuse me. So UMass Boston on their way to being 2-0 in the Little East Conference. They'll move to 5-2-1 overall on the year. Plymouth State, meanwhile, going to drop to 4-2-1. Here's DePina with an opportunity, but he's offsides.
Beacons offsides.
Again, UMass Boston just wants to put that ball in the net. And you see Cornejo coming all the way out in front of the box. I think started. You can see the speed for them has at least picked up. That's over the head. Easy play, though, for Devine. Again, Plymouth State will go to 4-2-1, 1-1 in conference play. That's Stessman chasing after it. And which way will it go? It will go the way of UMass Boston. As now Kelly is coming off. He'll be done for the day, looks like. Oscar Trujillo. Get to see him for the first time.
Now checking the game for the Beacons, number 5, Oscar Trujillo.
Meanwhile, other games going on in the Little East Conference. Western Connecticut State is at Keene State right now, and it is 2-0 Western Connecticut, as they are still in the first half. Looks like they're at halftime right now. And also Castleton is at Rhode Island, and it is currently 1-1. As they are in halftime as well. In 2 other games after today for Little East play, Eastern Connecticut will be at Southern Maine, and Berkeley College will be at UMass Dartmouth. And another goal for UMass Boston, as Isaiah Stessman, the sophomore from Sharon, Mass., off of a beautiful pass from Oscar Trujillo, is now going to make it 5-0. As they just keep racking them up in terms of goals.
Season, scored by number 20, Isaiah Stessman. Assisted by number 5, Oscar Trujillo, in the 85th minute. Stessman from Trujillo in the 85th minute, his first of the season.
So first goal of the year for Stessman. And again, 5-0 now, coming up on 4 minutes to go in this game. So UMass Boston's got to be a whole heck of a lot confident after today. First home game. They now get 2 more after this before they got to go back on the road. One thing you don't want to do is give a team like this momentum. Opportunity here for Perez. Now to Pina. Trying to go back to Stessman. Stessman on that right side. Stessman turns the corner, gets free. Tries to go to Pina towards the middle. Now taken away by the Panthers and Driscoll. That's Abdallah. And again, UMass Boston still treating this like they're down 5-0 instead of up 5-0. I bet what's going to make head coach Jake Beverland happy is that all 5 goals came on 5 assists. Opportunity now for Trujillo. And clock stopped here, and there's a yellow card, second of the day. This one goes to Skagestig, as he and Trujillo were fighting for that possession on that left side. And Skagestig, again, kind of similar to his counterpart on the defense, Bryce, sliding in, trying to make the stop.
Number 20, Nils Skagestig, in the 88th minute.
So now free kick opportunity. Gisholt's back out. There's the shot, and a knockaway there from Cornejo.
Beacon corner kick taken by number 15, Diego Gisholt. Now checking the game for the Beacons, number 16, Dylan Kelly. Now checking the game for Plymouth State.
Now corner
number
kick
13,
opportunity.
Lucas Hollingworth.
Again, a couple more subs coming in
Gamache.
as we come near the end of today's game. Here's Gisholt on the corner. And the header. Oh, good stop on the defense. That was Griffin Gamache who got the stop. It looked like that Stessman was going to get his second, but a good play by the Panthers. So again, UMass Boston, this is a team last year 13-4-1, 6-1-1 on the conference. They finished second, but again, lost to the semis to Western Connecticut State. So first two games have gone fairly good, if you will say, for the Beacons. And as mentioned before, this is the first of 3 consecutive home games. Coming up on Wednesday, the host Southern Maine.
1 minute remaining in the game, 1 minute remaining in the game.
And then a week from today, 1 p.m., they'll be right here to face Eastern Nazarene College. That's a non-conference game. But so far, they have looked good in conference play. Had the 3-1 win at Eastern Connecticut State. On their way to a victory here today. So another throw-in by the Beacons, under a minute to go. See Perez still fighting for the possession. And a foul will go on Plymouth State, as the countdown will be on for the last couple of seconds. UMass Boston, from the start, from opening kickoff, just looked incredibly strong.
4, 3.
And you can see they're just milking the clock here, and the buzzer will sound. Game is over. It's now 2-0 for UMass Boston. 5-0 as they make a statement here in only game number 2 of their conference schedule. They're letting everyone know that we are ready to get to the top. And the scoring was all spread out. 5 different goal scorers for UMass Boston here today. It was Braganca who had the one in the first half.
Thank you guys for coming out to today's game. We'll see you again soon. Drive home safe.
And then it was Elijah Elliott, Anelson DePina, Dylan Kelly, and Isaiah Stessman who put goals on the board. 5 goals, 5 assists. And they'll come right back here on Wednesday to play Southern Maine. And we will have that for you here on BBN, presented by LEC TV. We're just getting you your final stats numbers in just a few moments. But again, Plymouth State there, only their second loss so far on the year. It's back-to-back losses. As now we look at our final stats here, it was all UMass Boston from the minute the initial whistle sound. 23 shots, 15 of them on goal. They outshoot the Panthers 23-11, and for shots on goal, they outshoot them at 15-3. Of course, Nicholas Cormejo, was very busy. He made 10 saves on those 15 shots. And meanwhile, Kasem El Ashkar making 3 saves, 7 corner kicks, and they limited the fouls, which was very good on their part. Only 5 fouls on the day. So that'll wrap things up. We'll look at the upcoming schedule again. As mentioned, this is the first of a 3-game homestand for UMass Boston, as they will face Southern Maine here on Wednesday. And then a week from today, they've got a non-conference game against Eastern Nazarene. And then it is on the road for 3 games in 8 days. They'll be at Wentworth on October 4th, at Rhode Island College on October 8th, and then at UMass Dartmouth on October 12th. So that'll wrap things up here from James Carter Field. Your final score, once again, UMass Boston 5 and Plymouth State 0. I am Joe Braverman signing off. You have been watching men's soccer on the Beacons Broadcast Network, presented by LEC TV. So long from Boston, Mass.